Okay, hello. This is gonna be a video about engine not willing to idle normally. I will show you what happens, for example, when there is an air leak. But the first thing, we will start with the shuttle cable and the tube. I had two occasions when, for example, I have handguards and the tube was rubbing up against the guard here, so it didn't go back completely. It needs to be really like free movement all the way from, and it needs to go all the way back. And you can see that when you, let's focus, and you can see that when you, this is gonna be a shaky camera work because I don't have a camera stand, but anyway, it's like you can check that by taking that one off. No, actually taking the whole carb off, and then pull the throttle, pull the throttle, and then see if it goes all the way up and all the way down the slide. If it does that, perfect. Okay, now that was one occasion when it was rubbing up against the guard, the tube, then the tube. The second occasion was when I had an an old rusty shuttle cable inside. It was all rusted up, it was gone, so it wouldn't go all the way back. And what I did, I oiled it, but still it was catching and it didn't go all the way back. What I did is I undid the top, and I heated up the spring and I pulled it tiny bit apart. I made the links a bit like wider, bigger distance in between them, so the spring is stronger now. You can pull back the cable much stronger now. Those are two occasions: rubbing up against the guard, or you can rub this tube can rub inside there in the casing of the electronics. You can rub also there, like I say, you won't go fully back. So it's like sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't go back, and that's why those are three things which I have encountered over the years, which may like cause the bike to not settle on idle and like increase, and go up and down, whatever you want. Okay, that is the one rubbing up against the guard. If you have a guard, hand guards inside this here, there's electronics, all the switches, or the shuttle cable. Okay, now the engine is warmed up, and I will show you what happens when I pull this hose off here. This hose is a EGR, so it might be leaking somewhere, or even there, or even like up there, where is an actual unit where it exchanges, which is there. So you need to check all the hoses, and you need to make sure, and it is that one there, yeah. So you need to check all the hoses. I know that all the hoses on my bike are fine, and the shuttle is coming, like it's not rubbing anymore there. The also inside the plastic body is free, and it goes all the way back and stays there each and every time. Also, I made sure that there is this is sealed really well. This is good. I think there is some gap, but it's like the main worry is here. I just try to undo both nuts on each side, and it would just conk out. It would just turn off the engine when I pull the carb away. So so in your case there might be a slight, like when you were putting on the carb, you might have made like a small indentation into the rubber, or there's something stuck in between there, like a hair or some anything, like even a small like grain of sand, it might have been might have stuck inside in between the carburetor and the intake manifold. So I have, in order to make this happen, I have pulled the choke slightly up to simulate almost the same conditions as yours, because I understand that you have made changed the pilot jet up to 17.5, so it would actually make it run richer than stock. So this okay, stock settings for these bikes are 1 3/4. Oh no, it's not 1.5 or 1 full turn and 1/4 out. So it depends. It's like yeah. Well, what it's like. And what I'll do now is I'll try to demonstrate you what happens when I pull this off. What will happen, you will hear that the revs slightly increase, so it's sucking in air. So what I would suggest, like, clean car properly, clean really good, make sure there's nothing inside, all the channels are clean, and put it back to stock, and undo the air fuel mixture screw and set it and leave it at a 1.5 turns out, or maybe less, it depends. But you can like play with it all the time. It's like, make it lean out so it actually turns off. I have a video for that, how I did it, and then I found a sweet spot. But you need to go for a ride to make sure it actually works, because it's like under the load, bike works differently than in neutral. So okay, there goes ignition on. I'll try it. Okay, there it goes. Nope, didn't work. The engine is way too warm for that. Okay, yeah, it worked before. Yeah, it's then I need to turn the choke on all the way and hope that it won't turn off because of the increase of air. So yeah, because it's running, it's been tuned really well. There it goes, I'm pulling over the hose. See? The revs increase now. And I'm gonna, see? And I'm not even touching the throttle, see? And I'm gonna seal the nickel with the finger. Ah, I see. So this is now, okay, settle down. But these gases are running out. They should be going into the engine. So do it again. See? Yeah, there's something falling off the bike. Okay. See? choke is on, so it's kind of simulates the situation when your bike might be running too rich. You can check that by pulling out the plug and seeing if it's like blackish or even like really dark brown, or there's it's like find pictures on Google and see what is the right color for the plug to be like really good. Mine is like the color of the cookie, digesting cookie, yeah, like light brown. It can be a bit darker as well. So yeah, here you go. The choke is on, bike is running now rich. I pulled off the hose, there's no air, literally air running into the engine, like extra air. The revs go up, as you can hear. I'm not touching the throttle, and yep, here you go. Hope it helps.